What's up, everyone? It is John here. I usually don't do these kind of videos on here. Usually just gaming and stuff like that. But if you are do love NASCAR and you do love iRacing, well, we finally got what we've been waiting for years, really. But today it was announced that the iRacing has taken the exclusive rights, licensing rights of NASCAR over. Now, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, or need a refresher, motorsports games took the licensing of NASCAR over when they bought out 704 Games. 704 Games had the licensing way back, I think, starting in 2010, I believe, 2011, somewhere around there. Um, I think it was 2011 because they took it over from Technics and then they went on from there. So when that happened, uh, we thought, okay, we're gonna have a pretty decent game from this company. They seem like they kind of have their stuff in order as far as we thought they did, because they had put some other games out were decent, and we're just waiting. So the first game coming out for them was 20 NASCAR 21 Ignition. All right, funny name, but cool. We'll move on. Of course, the gameplay, or in this case, the videos, looked spectacular, right? Oh, nice racing, good action, side by side racing, all that stuff. Of course, anyone can do that. Make something look good, and not really be. And yep, it was true. Game totally sucked. It was the most garbage. I mean, people thought that NASCAR um, Heat Evolution was the worst game because it felt so arcadic. This game, not saying it felt like arcadic and that stuff, it just was garbage. It was broken. It didn't work. It never wanted to work. I had a PC, my old PC that I was running on. It should have handled it, and it couldn't. It was no way it could have handled it. And the funniest thing is, a lot of people are kind of blaming me for, oh, your computer sucks and whatever. I go, my computer should be just fine running this. It can't. It's garbage. The game is garbage. You can barely run it. You can barely do anything to make quality go. And then you just hear the reports that, oh, the console side is bad, especially on the Xbox side. The PlayStation was bad. Everything, it was glitchy. It was so garbage you couldn't stand racing. The AI was garbage. Eh, and it had nothing. It was bare bone too. At the same time, it was bare bone. And it had nothing really to stand out to like, oh, this was really great. They had the so-called commentary, but really wasn't good. So that was the worst thing. And ever since that, they didn't put one single game out after that. They put a lot of updates to the game, but they've never made a new game after that. And hell, they even went back to an old previous game that they bought out from 74 Games, NASCAR Heat 5, because it was actually a working game, and to update it to the Gen 7 cars, which, from what I understand, broke the game a little bit. So it made a good game that they had and broke that. They did nothing. I mean, nothing to help themselves. And it just got worse and worse and worse. They kept borrowing money from other sources outside the company, trying to keep afloat, and they kept dying. They kept dying and dying. There was nothing they were going to do to save themselves. It took them, I think, years to actually kick out the CEO who ran that part of the company, but it was too little, too late. All the damage they'd done was never going to save them from getting out of that hole they were in. And so we're like, all right, who's going to be the person that potentially takes over the licensing, right? Of course, the rumors and speculations float around. Um, EA Sports potentially again. Some other companies you already know, but I guess has good reputation. I guess. Of course, the main one was iRacing. iRacing has NASCAR for their sim. It'd be a perfect partner. Just take the console side. Also, I'll say about the IndyCar side. IndyCar a year ago decided to give the licensing, exclusive licensing, to that company, Motorsports Games, and that's when everything and that's what we couldn't understand. Why would you go to a company that if they couldn't get NASCAR right, you really think they're gonna care about getting the IndyCar series right? I have a feeling that within a year, next year or so, that the IndyCar is gonna pull their contract away, not even making a game because that company's gonna flounder. They're gonna be completely bankrupt and nothing's gonna happen. In fact, they were supposed to have other games out, not just even IndyCar and NASCAR. They were supposed to have some kind of like sports car thing and like international racing games and stuff. They have not even touched that as well. So that company's dead. Like it's dead. It's just it doesn't know it yet. So, anyways, move on to back to NASCAR, and now iRacing has exclusive rights to the NASCAR, and I'm so super excited. Now, this won't be a game until 2025, which I'm okay with. All right, because I want it done right. I want it done efficiently. I want it done in a manner that, excuse me, whatever it takes to make sure the game is right off right off the start. The start, right? I want it perfect. So that is why I feel like if it takes to 2025, that's okay with me. And it's very clear. They just probably got the licensing agreements just right now. So obviously they would have a little bit end of this year to start and then a full year 2024. Now my best guess is look, let's be very clear about NASCAR games. NASCAR starts in February. And most of the time, anytime we did get a NASCAR game, it was always within August or September. Or even October, like almost the end of the year. So you get it. You get it. In fact, let's be very clear. If you go back to like EA Sports days, the name of the game was NASCAR Thunder 2003 in 2002 because they knew that the game was going to go into 2003 until they could make another game for 2004. Right? So you're always trying to keep the date ahead of it, even though you're releasing it in the same that year earlier. So if it was NASCAR Thunder in 2004, it was in 2003 because you knew that the game was going to go into 2004 until another one was made in that year. So that was the weirdest like thing they were doing. My theory is, now this is just again an opinion, that they're going to hope to get these things out during the same year and before the season starts. Why not? If you could get it done before the season starts, now people can follow the season with the game, not being ahead of it in some cases, or kind of behind and ahead at the same time. So that would make a lot more sense. So if they start now, which I believe they're going to, have a whole year 2024, now they know, okay, listen, we're releasing this in 2025. Let's make sure that what we're doing is we're looking ahead in 2025. Now, that's hard in NASCAR, right? It's hard in a sport to try to figure out what's going to happen in 2025, where drivers are going to go, where the car itself may be in 2025, how the handling is and all that stuff. I totally understand that's difficult. But what you can do is set a baseline to the game, get all the drivers that you know that's going to be in the game, and if you have to do updates within the game in 2025, that's better. I'd rather take that than um, racing a whole year off, right? Just saying, well, we're going to be basing this off 2024 because we don't know what's going to happen in 2025. Which, okay, that's true. No one's going to know. I mean, sometimes you'll know certain things, right, throughout the season 2024. But And of course, let's be very clear with NASCAR and all their stuff, with the TV contracts, the schedule could be completely bonkers in 2025. So they don't really know that. They have to add another track that they don't even race there. Period. Now, the upside about this, why iRacing is such a good fit for NASCAR? They have NASCAR already for sim reason. So they have the cars, they have the tracks already. I think every single track they have for NASCAR. Okay. And even if NASCAR goes to something different, they most likely have that track because of other series that they have. So they have the baseline. The tracks are ready from iRacing. All they gotta do is take some of that data and put that in the console game. So they have what they need. What they gotta do is just more fine tuning. That's basically what you gotta do. Now, a console game, let's be very clear. You're talking about Xbox, PlayStation, and heck, even the Wii, the or not Wii, the Switch, Nintendo Switch. They have different coding, obviously. They have different graphic settings. They have different physics for a console. So compared to a PC is sky's the limit. Whatever you can fit in your PC, that's what you get for power and all that stuff. So that's not really an issue for that part. The main issue is just trying to basically dumb it down it to what they have. Now, let's be very clear. I have an Xbox One. Will I probably purchase it for Xbox? Probably not. I'll probably get it for PC. Why? Well, that's what I've been doing for the most time, for the most part, in playing iRacing. My steering wheel's hooked up to the PC. I would hate to have to keep switching it back and forth from my Xbox to PC and all that stuff. It's just more of a nuisance than anything. So I'm gonna probably get it for the PC because it is gonna be for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC and mobile. From what I understand, it's also gonna be mobile. So, and when it says mobile, I guess I'm assuming it's your phone. I don't know if that's necessarily just saying Nintendo Switch because even though Nintendo Switch can be mobile, but maybe you can get it on your phone. I don't know about that part, but I would say as for console people, be happy, be very happy because they can take a lot of this stuff. Really, there's stuff that they do for console games or for the sim side. It's really just dumbing it down again to make it fit for a console. So you're going to get the maximum what they can put out because they really are shooting over the top for their graphics and their physics. They just kind of dumb it down it for your consoles. Consoles are not strong enough, really, in this case. So I'm very excited for what they can do. And as it says in a quick video from actually NASCAR themselves, they're gonna have every driver, every track, every feel, everything that you want. What a game should be. So while also I'm having this video, I'm gonna talk about things that need to be in the game. First of all, an in-depth career mode. Career modes for years have been garbage. They just don't have anything that feels like we can actually be like an actual driver or an owner in that case. I feel like we do need a driver owner situation, or you could just be a driver in your career mode. But if you're going to be how I like to put this, if you're going to be a driver, you need to work from the bottom to the top. Now, I'm going to be very clear. I don't think this first year is going to have that because I don't think they're going to put trucks or Xfinity in there. And they may, and I'll be happy if they do. But if they don't, I understand that as well. Let's focus on the cup side. Let's get that perfect. Let's get that fine tuned. Then we can add the series in. Now, if they do put all the other series in, then that's fine. Then we can really go more in depth in the career mode. Start with obviously the truck series. Work your way up through them. Get contracts, work with different drivers, different teams, organizations, that stuff. You move through that. Go to another series and then move up to cup. That was always a really good thing to try. You could say no to one contract, say yes to another. Work your way through there. As an owner, you go more in depth. That means you gotta learn how to responsibility of money. Try to keep your organization afloat. Add multiple teams, not just one, because usually in a console game or a career mode, usually you can only have one team. Have multiple teams, able to grow. Okay, an organization, be like a massive organization like Rick Hendrick, Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs, all right, Roger Penske, and that stuff. Try to be able to do that. That would be something would be really, really good. I'd be super excited to see that. And of course, you have to manage your money. You have to be careful. If your drivers that you put in there have bad days, then you have to figure out, okay, should I fire them over 1 year? Should I give them more time? Go in depth. Now, you can also be an owner driver, so you can drive as well, but you also got to worry about your other team. You got to be that one to make that decision. Say, hey, you're not doing well. We're gonna fire you. I'm gonna move you on to something else. Get your pit crews, get engineers. You gotta get them in line. I think was it 04 NASCAR Thunder 04 that you had to do that. If your jackman or your changer guys or whatever your engineer guys were failing, you could fire them and find new people. That's exactly what they should be doing in this game. Is that you go in very in depth on a career mode that if you're not doing well, your ass is fired. You're gone. And you're gonna find someone else that could do better. And that would be something be great for a career mode. So I would say you could still do that even without having trucks Xfinity and Cup or having the Xfinity and Cup or I'm gonna say album, but the one I want to say trucks and Xfinity. There you go. If you don't have trucks or Xfinity, you can still do it in the Cup for that one. Going through the ranks, if they don't have the 2 series in there, that would be different. But I think that side could still work. Obviously, graphics, physics, of course, that's a must. We all want that. We want that to work well, and I really have full confidence that they're going to be able to do that. So I'm not too worried about that one. Every track they said it already, so they got to have every track and every driver in there. Now look, we talk about a lot about microtransactions and how people either pay to win a race or to have to pay a lot to get their sponsors and stuff to get extra DLCs. I'm hoping iRacing doesn't go that far. Okay, I'm hoping iRacing will kind of say, "Listen, we're going to give you the baseline sponsors." Um, for PC people, I think this should open up to maybe Train Paints be able to maybe link up with them for the PC side. Obviously, they can't do it for the console side, right? But for people on PC, they can maybe transfer what they run, like their own vehicle, their own paint scheme they have, into the PC side through Train Paints. Maybe that's something they can work on. Or kind of work a business deal with them. Now, on the console side, I'm hoping there's a paint booth that you guys can be really detailed in, that you can make the cars that maybe if you're on iRacing, you can put them into the console side. And I'll say this too, real quick, that if you are running an iRacing, don't sit on that's console. I don't care. Try it and see what it is. Compare it. Actually, I know that sounds like comparing apples to oranges. I know, but get it just to see what it does. If the steering wheel for some reason actually you feel like the same sensation that you feel on iRacing, well, maybe the physics are the same. I don't know, but just try it. Just see what it is. If it's way off to left field and you're not gonna ever want to touch that, that's fine. I understand that, but just try it. Just see what happens. I would say Let's see. Also, I talk about career mode. A season mode would still be good. Just if you want to be one of your drivers and do a season mode and win a championship with them, do that still. That's fine. Um, Everybody also, because iRacing itself in the lobbies is toxic, but obviously have an online system, have a little more leeway, if you will. League races won't be so bad, I think. For people, but make sure they can put league systems in. Um, Obviously you got to have up to 40 cars in a lobby. I know that's a tall order, but if you could put 60 on iRacing, I really do believe they could do it in consoles. So, or at least um, the 40. So I think that's feasible. But there's probably more things I'm probably missing, and I'll probably make another video to go over a major big list of what they need, what they really need and want, and what I want. So I'll probably go do another video for that. But this is a good day for people that still have console games, that still use Xbox and PlayStation, and I think it's still a good thing for PC people. It gets you to get away from the hardcore side of racing. You don't have to. Oh, I hate this. I have to grind out iRacing and safety rating and I rating, all that stuff, right? When you can just lay back, enjoy the AI, go berserk on it, whatever. It'd be fun, and that's what it needs to be. It needs to be fun, not so stressful. And it's a good day for people in NASCAR and iRacing and gaming and such that this happened. So, yeah, really, really good day. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about this. Are you excited? What would you like to have in the game? And yeah, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you'd like to get more news about this, first comment below, and then also subscribe and just say, hey, I would like to have just give me more updates when it comes out and available. I will do surely my best to get all that out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.